Well, Texas Congressman Henry Cuellar carjacked in D.C. at gunpoint. We're going to bring you the details next.
Overnight, Congressman Henry Cuellar carjacked at gunpoint about a mile away from the Capitol in Washington, D.C. Police located the car, but they're still trying to track down 3 suspects.
And you're right, this happened right around 9:30 last night in this busy, high-end part of Washington, Navy Yard, a neighborhood, as you can see behind me, less than 1 mile away from the U.S. Capitol, just right down this street. About a quarter mile in the other direction, Nationals Park, the baseball stadium. This is a neighborhood where congressional leaders live, young professionals live. There are bars, restaurants, and so there would have been plenty of people still out and about last night around 9:30 when Representative Cuellar was carjacked while parking right by this intersection. They did recover that Honda, although those 3 armed assailants did make off with the congressman's phone, iPad, even his dinner. And so there's a lot of concern right now about safety here in this area for locals and, of course, for the leaders on Capitol Hill who represent constituents all over the country. I want to show you there is an increased police presence. There have been a lot of people talking about the increase in violent crime in the district, including motor vehicle thefts, which have close to doubled since this time last year, compared to this time last year, Poppy. So a lot of concern about those numbers at this point.
Of course. We're glad he's okay, but terrifying for it to have happened. Gabe, thank you for the reporting from Washington.
This morning, police are searching for 3 suspects who carjacked Democratic Congressman Henry Cuellar at gunpoint last night. He's the 2nd member of Congress to become a victim of crime in D.C. this year.
Well, Sarah, let me set the scene for you for a moment. We're standing here in the heart of Navy Yard, a busy D.C. neighborhood, an upscale neighborhood where that's home to quite a few congressional leaders, people who work on the Hill, as well as young professionals. You can see behind me, we're less than a mile away from the U.S. Capitol. And where I am standing, this is the intersection where Representative Henry Cuellar was carjacked last night, right around 9:30, at a time when there still would have been people out and about here, as he was trying to park his car by 3 men carrying guns. Fortunately, he wasn't injured, but they did manage to get away with his Honda, which was later recovered, as well as his phone, his iPad, even his dinner. We got a statement in from his chief of staff that reads, quote, as Congressman Cuellar was parking his car this evening, 3 armed assailants approached the congressman and stole his vehicle. Luckily, he was not harmed and is working with local law enforcement. But look, Sarah, we've seen this uptick in violent crime here in Washington, up close to 40%. Carjackings have close to doubled since this time last year. And as you mentioned, not the first time we have seen a representative, a victim of crime this year. Representative Angie Craig attacked in her D.C. apartment building about 8 months ago. So, Sarah, a lot of people concerned about that uptick in crime here in recent months.